Tuscaloosa. For Jay Billis, Molly McGrath, our entire crew, Dave Pash saying so long. We now send you to Ole Miss, Reese Davis and Jimmy Dykes.
We welcome you to Oxford, Mississippi. Tennessee taking on Ole Miss. The Volunteers ranked 4th in the country. Ole Miss on its way to the NCAA tournament, first time since 2019. We are certain of that. Reese Davis and Jimmy Dykes with you. And both of these teams, Jimmy, a couple of outstanding defensive squads. Both have hit a couple of threes in the early going. We've had a little bit of loose ball handling, which is not characteristic of either team so far. They seem to be settling into the game here.
Well, they mirror each other on the defensive end of the floor for sure. And on the defensive end.
Malik Dia made that last basket. Chaz Lanier's been off to a really good start for Tennessee. Darlington DeBar, who just passed it up, has hit a triple as well, and a high handoff, and Akpar on the business end.
Akpar is so good, man, at getting on the back. They had to play heavy minutes on Saturday against Alabama, and they played awfully well.
Gainey to beat the clock. And an offensive rebound, and Tennessee will have a fresh 20, but they don't need all of it.
I absolutely love that confidence by Gainey to miss one and come right back and in rhythm stick it.
Morrell beats him down the floor for the layup.
That is hard to do against Tennessee. That's a breakdown that Tennessee seldom has in transition.
We're about 6 feet away from Rick Barnes. He was not pleased with that, much more pleased with the open bucket from DeBar. I knew I wanted the timeout, but Mashack knocked it down. What a delightful guy Jemai Mashack is too. He also used that to reach out. Wow. Friendly nighttime banking hours here in Oxford as Juju Murray puts one in. It'll be a chance for a 4-point play as Cade Phillips got up there and got him on the hand. But to finish up the story on Mashack there, he reached $6,000.
That speaks to Vol Nation right there, yeah. Mashack has such a heart for people. He completely understands that it's not about me culture that Rick Barnes has built.
Well, after that attempt at a 4-point play, Ole Miss can get a lot more than that as they got the offensive rebound. Miss inside by Mikhail Brown-Jones, who shot it from 4 feet on court.
Zakai Ziegler already has 5 assists in this game. He had 5 assists in the first 6 minutes.
Now he's got 6.
He's got 6.
Milicic from the corner.
And Milicic is so smart and heads in Ziegler and Padula.
Both these teams are not afraid of a little hand-to-hand combat. Great pass inside, and Dia is fouled. When the SEC tournament opens in Nashville.
All the hot spots for music.
Losing to Texas A&M you saw last night, Arizona, Kansas, and then of course the game that always delivers, Duke, and 10 quad 1 losses, many of them away from Chapel Hill. A lot of the teams at the end of the line that you would be comparing them against didn't play that many games against quad 1 teams.
Yeah,
so
I hear you.
I'm not saying that has to put them in. I'm just saying it's something to evaluate. I'm just saying, you know, because the other people should have to beat teams too.
Sure.
Yeah. Ole Miss has now missed its last 6 field goal attempts as that one is blocked.
Wait, you said you caught grief on game day?
Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
With that crew?
Oh, not actually, it was not from them. It was from our loyal viewers. There's Malik Dia. I know this shocks you. Sometimes the people on the social media machines take exception to things you say.
I wouldn't know anything about that after last night and A&M getting 60% on the offensive glass, and Auburn fans let me hear about it.
Lanier is into double figures. That guy is a pure shooter after transferring from North Florida, sort of filling that Dalton Connect role. I know that's pretty big praise. That guy was unbelievable and continues to be so. Dia set shot 3.
And he said, you and my dad came together, and my dad actually shipped them to you for free. And just a really cool bonding moment with Coach Barnes and Kyle Wakefield in the locker room before the game.
What a great pass from Wakefield, and a chance for the 3-point play for Matthew Morrell.
Well done by Matthew Morrell.
Morrell also honored tonight. Senior from. A couple guys wind up on the floor. Morrell working on Gainey. Shot clock at 3. Bucket!
What are you going to do? Just pat him on the butt and say well done, because Davis just jumped up and stuck one against really good defense.
He shoots almost 32% from 3, and Ole Miss shooting 50% from behind the arc on a 9-0 run. They tied the game. Gainey. He's hit on the way, and he'll go to the free throw line. Dia is the head coach at Ole Miss. 20-win season. And Gainey misses, and that'll be followed by the Suns and the Nuggets. 10 o'clock Eastern time on Friday. So 1 of 2 free throws, and the Big Orange back up by 1.
Tennessee is very good in the half-court defense, but I was going to say they're very good in the full-court. And that's who he is. He's a yes-sir guy. Sit down and be ready when my name's called again.
His first point of the night. Ole Miss has the lead. SBJ not filled to the rafters, but bringing noise. Ziegler, a look inside. Will be fouled. Barr makes the first.
With 16, they are clearly the overall #1 seed.
Barr could have taken the 3, chose not to. Ziegler gets inside. He got body check, no call. Milicic finds it in there. Dubar has it again. Lanier pointed out the open man, and Gainey drains it.
By Ziegler against a tough cover.
Gainey open again. This time it rims out. Rebound by Barnes. Davis has it. He gives it up. And what an opportunity.
That is great, not good. The game is huge.
Cale Brown-Jones kept that foot planted. Gainey almost traveled. He too kept it planted, and Lanier plants it in the bottom of the bucket.
Well, Padula gambled, and when he shot that gap and didn't come up with it, it left a 2-on-1 on the backside. And a terrific read by Zakai Ziegler. Now with his 8th assist. Is that right?
Yep, and 13 points for Lanier in the first half. This has been a terrific first half. I'm not sure it was quite what he did at Texas A&M, but it was really good. Dia, also by a deuce. Reese Davis and Jimmy Dykes with you. Glad to have you with us in the SIP tonight. Here's Ziegler. Chance for assist number 9. Got it.
That's where Rick Barnes told Meshack you can always take a 3 from that corner. With the exception of when the game's on the line, you got to shoot it with .2 on the clock.
Right. Corner 3s and game-winning 3s from 35. Take them every time, Jemai. Padula thought about it. Front rim. Fight inside. A lot of orange jerseys battling Brown. They annihilated Tennessee in Gainesville, but then turned around and got annihilated by an undermanned Tennessee team in Knoxville. So if they were to cross paths again in Nashville, I would expect that we wouldn't get the same type of thorough beatdown we saw in the 2 regular season meetings. Murray out front, probing. Murray off the rim, can't get the follow, and Ole Miss can't put anything else on this year. Jamin Brayfield's guarding Ziegler. He just returned to action for Chris Beard. Akpara working on Dia, and a chance for a 3-point play.
That is a play that Akpara was not making in November. And
they have been dunks. That one, a good offensive move, and he finishes. Rare miss from Lanier tonight. He's been really good offensively. Murray, Padula, good look. Offensive rebound, and Davis lays it in. And the Rebels, who struggle on the boards at times, needed that one on the offensive glass.
It's really hard to box off in a transition 3-point shot like Ole Miss just took. And to your point, much needed offense by Ole Miss.
Milicic, kick out 3s off to the right. Davis has it. On the push is Murray. Gets into the lane, has a shot, and rolls in.
He is a tough little kid. Transfer
St. Peter's. Ziegler, Akpara off the roll, the ball screen, no foul called inside. Felix wanted one. Padula on the push. Padula to the bucket.
A slight edge to Johni Broome, but for these next 2 or 3 games, those voters will have all eyes locked in on how Broome and Cooper Flagg and a turnover coming out of the timeout. This game's tied.
And Ole Miss has now made its last
game basically in the first minute. The team in white, the best in the country at taking care of the ball. That's a big deal in this game tonight.
An 8-0 run. Shot clock inside 5. Gainey gets hit. The crowd's not going to like that. You got to give the shooter room to land.
Just couldn't do it. Too many empty possessions.
Tennessee figures off the bench has yet to score. They've made a nice run. As it's Ziegler for 3. And a rebound by Brown Jones. And Rick Barnes just shakes his head in front of us. It's not the kind of shot that Tennessee had hoped to get on that possession. And it'll be a goaltend on Pedulla's drive.
I love how fast and hard Pedulla's playing in early offense. Man, he understands the scouting report. We cannot go against a set defense the entire night. And that throw-ahead game into Pedulla and minutes played. That's a big hit right now on the bench for Ole Miss.
Big Orange on a nearly 5-minute field goal drought. And Ziegler drives and foul is called.
I don't know where he would be without Zakai Ziegler as his point guard.
Great way of communicating it. Sometimes he gets up and he said, I'm staring at him. He's walking off the floor in a time turnover for Ole Miss. Tennessee up by 2 with the ball. Gainey. Buckets.
Money. Yeah, anytime you go under.
Was back in the game. Once again, Tennessee has Ole Miss pretty deep in the shot clock. It's been a common theme for just about anybody that's played Tennessee. Murray puts it on the rim, and the follow is there, Gray Davis. And Mashack is down on the floor, holding his head. But let's see what happens.
Well, he gets shoved, and the back of his head, I think, comes in contact with Cade Phillips. What Rick Barnes is talking about. Contact league that has been officiated really well. Very difficult. I've said it before. It's the second most athletic league in the world behind the NBA.
Now, I do want to be clear about what I just said. I do think they should have called a foul on the floor. During the 2007-2008 season, starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Ole Miss. Diaz checked back in for the Rebels. Murray has it now working on Lanier. Pedulla gave it up. Barnes all the way to the bucket. It won't go. Dia offensive rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Those games starting Friday, Thursday, Friday, those higher seeds, those teams are locks, man.
Thought that it is going to be so difficult to win in Nashville that it's going to take a lot out of you. Rick Barnes told a story today of winning the Big East tournament at Providence. They get back to town. There's a billboard congratulating them. You know, hard to come down from the celebration. They play early on Thursday and they got beat. And by the same token, when he went to the Final Four, Zach Parra stuffs it home. The Volunteers leader. Pedulla spinning, turns it over.
You don't want to spin against Ziegler.
Ziegler hands it off. Hi, Parra, thank you very much.
There is not a better lob passer in college basketball than Zakai Ziegler. Not better.
And the lead has been pushed back out to 7. Ziegler with his 11th assist of the night. He almost got a steal. Breakfield.
Well, Zakai Ziegler.
Bring in a young man that he's befriended for the last several years who's living in West Virginia, who was with him on seniors, I believe. Now here's Gray Davis off the handoff from Breakfield. He's working on Okpara. Shot clock's late. Breakfield!
That's not easy to do against Okpara. To shake off that length and get an advantage around a 7-footer.
Rebels needed an offensive boost from someone else, and they're getting it from Breakfield. But Okpara strong and over the top.
Reese, I'm telling you, the first 2 months of the season, Tennessee had no confidence running that play for Okpara. He has answered the bell the last 2 months.
Breakfield again, rolls it in, and he and Okpara going back and forth. Millicent threw it right at Mashack's speed. He saved it, but not for long. Davis, Murray, strong, plays it in, and we're tied.
That's pretty much what he was saying.
Jimmy, experience key. They're the 3rd oldest team in the country in terms of experience. Ziegler for 3. Money.
Zakai Ziegler The last 13 games, a 38% three-point shooter. That has changed Tennessee's offense as much as anything.
Ziegler with his first field goal tonight, Jimmy. Brakefield again!
So you're going to have to make the switch if you're Rick Barnes.
Because they have been much of the season. But now Brakefield, if he can complete the three.
Knew Tennessee was going to make a change, and Mashack is undersized, but he's the best defender, one of them in college ball.
Padula finds Dre Davis. Blow by, he goes all the way to the bucket, and Tennessee got a hand on it, and then there's going to be a foul called on the hip. He's shooting for the 1,500th point of his working over Akpara, and he changed the shot enough. Great hustle by Barnes to chase it down in the corner. Shot clock still going. It's at 5. Brakefield against Mashack, spinning, firing, scoring! Jamin Brakefield, show him everything in the bag.
And Jamin Brakefield says, okay, switch defenders on me, and I'll still go.
Up by 1 with 4:18 to play in the first half. Let's see how long it lasts. And now,
Reese, it's hard to put a senior away on senior night, and that's kind of what I'm seeing from Brake.
Vols wouldn't mind getting Lanier going here in the second half, too.
Well, it's been a low turnover game, as aggressive as the defense have been on both ends.
Gainey. Got it.
Yeah, you win the elbow, you win the nail, good things happen. And Zakai Ziegler drove that ball with force and got that defense to come off of Gainey just for a second, and Gainey makes him pay.
3-point lead for the Big Orange. Brakefield working on Mashack again. Gets him deep. Brakefield! And 1!
Yes.
Trying to convert his second three-point play in the last few moments, and he scored 15 of Ole Miss's last 17 points, and we're locked up at 66 with just over 5 to go.
Just another typical game in the SEC this year.
Lanier. There
Money.
it is.
They go money, and that little pin down. It's either for Gainey or Chaz Lanier when they need a bucket. And Lanier at 6'4", you can't get to that jump shot.
That's his first 2 of the second half. Brakefield has it again. Let's see if he goes right back to work.
You're going to have to bring another defender to help.
Ziegler's peeking at him.
Yeah, he is.
Good job by Mashack to cut off the drive. Davis has returned, playing with 4 fouls. There's Gray Davis driving over Akpara and rolls it in.
They are Ole Miss making.
Rolling, Ziegler instead shoots the 3, rims out. Akpara had it a minute, and Davis outfights him for it. Here come the Rebels. Davis, and the foul is called on the floor. Gonna get Chaz Lanier. Got a 68 all game. Ray Davis. Davis now has 11. Ole Miss up by 2. Mashack cuts through the paint. Now Gainey has it. Ziegler creates space. Got it.
Yeah, he sure did. Created his own space. There was just really no offense being done right there. And Ziegler again hits that nail and steps back to tie this game up.
Oh, what a ball game.
Man.
Still 3 minutes to go. A little love tap from Padula to Ziegler as he tries to discard him. Zakai hits the deck. Open man in the corners. Morrell driving. Gainey, Matthew Morrell.
Physical drive by Morrell to not force a 3. Made a play out of the corner.
Gainey trying to give Tennessee the lead. Padula has the rebound. Davis driving Akpara. Fade away. Dre Davis.
I expect Chris Beard to continue to go heavy with Jamin Brakefield right now, as hot as he's been in the second half.
And this guy's been terrific. Zakai Ziegler, 14 assists in this game. Chaz Lanier missed the 3. Matthew Morrell the rebound for Ole Miss.
Really good ball movement. Got Lanier a good open 3. And Ole Miss has been so tight with that basketball. You do not want a live ball turnover trying to close this thing out with 2 to go.
Boy, Padula almost had one. Davis saved it. Both those guys wound up on the deck, and Brakefield has it against Akpara.
There's our problem. If you're Ole Miss, you say this is an advantage. Nope.
Brakefield lost the handle. Morrell shot an air ball. That Tennessee defense gets the stop it needs.
Feels like a must-score possession for Tennessee.
The right guy's got it if you need that. It's Ziegler. Ziegler by Brakefield. Off the window, won't go, and Ole Miss loses the rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with Tennessee. 20 on the shot clock here. Ball's down the floor. Lob to Akpara, beautifully executed.
I thought that what was going to be when you put your big right there. And a beautiful out-of-bounds play call execution by Rick Barnes of Tennessee.
2-point game.
Well, that's the mismatch again, right? Brakefield with Akpara. You think Chris Beard would call that number again?
Wouldn't be surprised. Brakefield has it. Davis offering to set the screen. Brakefield goes the other way, spins inside, cut off nicely by Akpara. Shot clock's late. Davis puts it up on the rim, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, but the ball did not hit the rim. Akpara sets a screen for Davis. Brakefield gets it inside and scores.
You cannot do it any better than that.
My goodness. Brilliant execution out of bounds on both ends, right? Both teams. No good there. Lanier keeps it alive. Ziegler has it back to Milicic for three. He's hit, and it's good. A chance to tie the game. What a play and what a shot by Igor Milicic, and that will be the 5th foul on Dre Davis too.
And what an inbounds play by Ole Miss to start the entire possession. But Milicic, that 6'10" shooter, man, can make.
Got it.
Big. Brakefield to me again is the concern, and Akpara is going to be the guy checking him. Will Chris Beard take a timeout? He's got 3 to use.
Tennessee has 1, and Beard will use that timeout. 16 on the shot clock, about 10-second differential between that and the game clock. Murray has it now. Now Padula, now it's Brakefield, who's against Milicic. Shot clock at 5. Morrell, Padula for 3. It will not roll in. The tip goes up. Brakefield has it, and Ole Miss has the lead.
To our point, at 3 or 4 orange jerseys by himself. Padula gets it off, and Brakefield comes in right there. Yeah, it's 4 against 2, and Brakefield just has a nose and a knack. What a half by Jamin.
Here comes Meshack again. And this time, Barnes is going to get the timeout, and he's got to make sure everybody's aware. They switched off the screen. Milicic has it. Milicic got it away from Brakefield, and it would not go. And Ole Miss hangs on to win by 2. They're imploring the students not to come on the court. They haven't been able to keep all of them off. And Ole Miss, for the first time in school history, has victories over 2 top 5 AP opponents in the same season.
What a performance by Ole Miss. And Jamin Brakefield on senior night just said, hey, coach, I got you. And a guy with a huge heart and a huge platform here in Oxford single-handedly carried Ole Miss to this win in the second half. What a play, though, by Tennessee.
Let's have a look at that last play, and I think it was Brakefield who was challenging the shot. Milicic, they went with a handoff. Milicic kept it, and he just sort of lost control just ever so slightly as he went up.
It was Brakefield again covering him, and just enough of a distraction for Milicic not to get it to drop right at the rim. They fake the handoff to Ziegler, and Milicic turns the corner, which was a great play because you know Ole Miss doesn't want to foul. Jamin Brakefield will remember this night forever, what he did against number 4 Tennessee on his senior night.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are they? Hey, flim flam, bim bam, Ole Miss by damn. And they're going to the NCAA tournament, and they have another victory over a top 5 team. Jamin Brakefield celebrating as well he should. And if this is a little,
Yep.
now they can come. Tennessee's off the floor, and here they come. Trying to save that money for NIL, and the Ole Miss players are soaking this up, and why not?
What a job Chris Beard has done in a short amount of time at Oxford. He told us early, I know we're not anyone's favorite to possibly make a Final Four run, but it is possible. And watching them how